Hello everyone, welcome to Get My Class. Today we are going to solve this question which says buds of bryophyllum can be used for option A vegetative propagation, option B tissue culturing, option C asexual reproduction, option D all of this. So let us try to understand. It says buds of bryophyllum can be used for. Okay, so what do you understand by buds of bryophyllum? We know that bryophyllum is a plant, and what type of structure are they talking about? They're talking about buds of bryophyllum. So let us first talk about bryophyllum. Bryophyllum. Bryophyllum is a plant. Okay, it's a thick, it consists of thick leaves and the leaf blade of bryophyllum. So if we talk about you know, the leaf blade, it is something like this. And the leaf blade consists of something called as notches. So what I'm showing, these are the notches, and at each notch they consist of bud. Okay, and these buds, when they further develop, they get detached from the parental plant, and these form new individuals or new plants. Okay? And even manually, we can just take away the buds, and we can use for vegetative propagation, or we can produce new plants using those buds. Okay, so let us see. It says buds of bryophyllums can be used for. So option A is vegetative propagation. So what do you understand by vegetative propagation? So let us talk about vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation. Propagation. Okay, so vegetative propagation is nothing but asexual. It is an asexual means of propagation. Why? Because here the new plants are produced from the parental plant itself. Like we take away, or even naturally also some parts. Okay, these they contain specialized structures which are called as vegetative propagules, which can be utilized for the development of new plants. Okay, so that is what is vegetative propagation. Hence, here, since we are using buds for the production of new plants, we can consider which using, that is, buds of bryophyllum can be utilized for the vegetative propagation. So option A is correct, right? What about option B? Option B is tissue culturing. Tissue culturing. What do you mean by tissue culturing? This is a process. It is a it is an in vitro process. So what do you mean by in vitro process? This is done in labs. Okay. So where do we do this? We do it in the lab, where we take the tissue or any part of the plant, even it can be the buds of the bryophyllum, that can be taken and it can be cultured on the medium, and these parts will give rise to new plants. Okay, so these buds are what? Buds are nothing but the tissues only, right? They contain tissue. Okay, so that can be cultured in the medium to develop new plantlets. Okay, so buds can be utilized for tissue culturing as well. Buds of bryophyllum can be used for tissue culturing as well. So option B is also correct. Option C says asexual reproduction. So what do you mean by asexual reproduction? Reproduction. Asexual reproduction, where only one parent is involved, that is single parent is involved in the reproduction process. So from the same parent, we can produce more number of offspring, or even in nature, the one single parent can produce more number of offspring. So here, bryophyllum, this leaf is from one parent. From the same parent, you're getting more number of, like you're getting new plants, right? Like you can get n number of plants depending upon how many buds you have. If at all you're directly trying to bury the bud and allowing it to develop into new plants. But if you're going for tissue culture using buds, you get n number of plants. Okay. So asexual reproduction, yes, buds of bryophyllum can be utilized for asexual reproduction. Or of course, they do produce only by asexual reproduction. Hence, option C is also correct. So, buds of bryophyllum can be used for vegetative propagation, for tissue culturing, and for asexual reproduction method. So, option D, which says all of these, is the right answer. Let us conclude. What is the answer? The answer is option D, that is all of these. Yes, all of these can be done utilizing the buds of the bryophyllum. I hope you understood the explanation. Thank you, everyone.